Hello, welcome back to some 1993 Fall Classic Baseball as I continue on my 2026 Opening Day Challenge. I'm in game number 9 of Maddux's 36 starts this year. As you can see, he comes into the game with a 5-1 record with a 2.40 ERA. So he is performing pretty close to real life so far after 6 games. Or actually, this is 8 games. His whip's a little high. However, as you can see here, he's got his C stuff. He has yet to have his A stuff, according to the luck of the rolls. And for the 5th out of 6th time, he has got his C stuff. So the 3rd time in a row. So the last game was a fun one. It was at Houston, and he had his C stuff, and he ended up throwing his first shutout of the year. He only had 1 in real life, and so that's a lot of fun when a pitcher goes in with his C stuff and ends up throwing a shutout. I can attribute the higher whip a little bit to the fact that he keeps rolling C stuff, so you imagine after the course of the season that will level out. But again, so far the results are very good. So we'll see what he does here against Philadelphia. It's Saturday night, May the 15th at Fulton County Stadium. The Philadelphia Phillies, who won the National League this year, come in at 17-16. Second place. The Braves are 23-14 in first place in the West. Obviously, 1993 is the last year of the divisions as I know them, with just the East and the West. 94, they break off into the 3 divisions that are now, and of course had the strike and all that nonsense. But at any rate, let's get the game going. Going for Philadelphia is Kurt Schilling. He's 1-1 with a 3.96 so far. And so without further ado, let's go. Let's see what Maddux can do with his C stuff here. Leading off for the Phillies, Lenny Dykstra is hitting .309, 8 home runs, 24 runs driven in. Obviously, the games I'm not playing, which is most of them when you're doing a pitcher replay, is being handled by Action PC. So we'll see how those numbers end up working out. So here we go. Dykstra, left-handed hitter. Maddux, a right-handed pitcher, of course. 65, and that one is hit out to center field, high and deep, and it's gone. So right off the bat, Dykstra takes Maddux deep for his 9th home run of the season, 409 feet out to center field. Just like that, Maddux finds himself in a 1-0 hole. So Maddux didn't give up a lot of home runs. That's the 3rd one he's given up this season. Again, number 9 from Lenny Dykstra, and that will bring Mickey Morandini to the plate. He's hitting .256 with 5 runs driven in. That one wouldn't have been out. If Maddux had his A stuff, that would have stayed in the park. So with 31, again, that's where I re-roll for a range check. 23, that's out to the center fielder. Nixon is a 16, and he gets it. So again, I'm still finding that I really like the 31 re-roll as a range check. I'm finding that gets. I'm still pleased with the results on that. I do keep track of them, however. So Nixon robs a hit from Mickey Morandini. There's one out. Do know this Philadelphia team was a colorful team. None more colorful than the guy coming to the plate next, John Kruk, left-handed first baseman. Fly out to center field. I don't know why, but I made Nixon the one that flew out to center field. All right, John Kruk, so there's one out, nobody on. Kruk hitting .318, 3 home runs, 15 runs driven in in the season, 54-9. I think that's going to take us to the Wilder chart. 17. And that's a pop-up down the first base line. Bream's error rating is a 4. So anything but a 1 to 4, and he catches it in foul ground. So nice play by Sid Bream. 2 away. Foul out to third or first baseman. 2 away, and that brings up Dave Hollins. He's hitting .246, 4 home runs, 22 RBI. He is a switch hitter. A lot of switch hitters in 1993, at least compared to 1953. And that one is hit high, or that one's a good pitch to hit, I should say. But he will slap it over to Pendleton at third. Pendleton fires across the infield. Oop. I need to get in the groove here. Not feeling it yet. Ground ball to third. 5-3. So a good pitch to hit. But Holland slaps it the other way. So the Phillies get a run on a hit. Leave nobody on. We go to the bottom of the first, 1-0 Philadelphia. Again, Kurt Schilling comes into the game with a 1-1, 396. So he hadn't quite hit his stride yet. He had a good year, though. He had a 4.04 or 4.02 ERA, 16-7. Again, not a great year, but so Otis Nixon leads off. He's hitting .252, 15 runs driven in. He's leading the National League with 20 stolen bases. Only got caught once so far. 16, and that's going to be slapped down to Morandini. He will set himself and throw him out. 1 away. Jeff Blauser, right-handed or switch hitting. Nope, right-handed hitting shortstop. He's hitting .312, 6 home runs, 33 runs driven in. And that's going to be a walk. Walks him on a 3-1 pitch. Looks like Bobby Cox has given him the sign to steal. Dalton's arm rating is an A, so he's not going to change anything. Blauser has a 1-15. And he, with nothing on that, he will steal the base. On a 2-1 pitch, so that'll put Pendleton at 2-2. That's the second stolen base for Blauser on the year. So the Braves get a runner in scoring position for Terry Pendleton. Switch hitting third baseman, hitting .252, 5 dongs with 12 runs driven in. Blauser at second has fast speed, 32, and that's going to be a ground ball to second base. And Blauser will make it to third, but there will be 2 away. So ground ball to second. So Blauser at third, 2 away. For Dave Justice, who's having a good year, .316, 11 home runs, 33 runs driven in. Ron Gant on deck. He's having a good year, too. And I think this is the year the Braves get Fred McGriff later on in the season. But that will be a ground ball down to first. And Kruk will take it himself. Hang on a second here. All right, so that was a ground ball to second. He went to third. And Justice grounded out the first 3 unassisted. So the Braves leave a runner on third. We've played 1. It's 1-0 Philadelphia. Leading off this inning will be Darren Dalton, hitting .220, 5 home runs, 20 runs driven in. Left-handed hitting catcher. 21, and he strikes out swinging. First strikeout of the evening for Maddux. As Maddux pulls the string and Dalton way out front. 1 away for Wes Chamberlain, hitting .268. 3 home runs, 18 runs driven in. And 33, and that's going to be slapped to left field. That'll fall right in front again as he plays it on 1 hop. Second hit of the night for Philadelphia. Chamberlain is an A base runner. Milt Thompson, so he's off to a rough start, 181. 9 runs driven in, 1 away. Chamberlain on first. 56, and Maddux paints the outside corner with one of those fastballs that ride back in over the plate. And Thompson is rung up. Strikeout number 2 of the night, second of the inning for Maddux. Mariano Duncan hitting .341, 1 home run, 10 runs driven in, so he's having a good season thus far. Here in the middle of May, so 2 out, Chamberlain still on first. 56, and that one is a fastball riding up and in, and Duncan can't get it. Maddux had set him up with that nice changeup, and Duncan is not able to catch up to that one, and Maddux strikes out the side. Phillies leave a runner, bottom of the second, 1-0 Philadelphia. So that'll bring Ron Gant to the plate. Ron Gant hitting .282, 10 home runs, 26 runs driven in, right-handed hitter. And that's going to be a ballpark check, 17, so that's a single to Milt Thompson in left field. Gant's going to try for second here, and Milt Thompson has a 4, so 1-4 on the red die, and he's gunned down, and he's in there safe. And that's going to be an error check. He's got a 1, so that's no error. So Gant stretches it into a double. Nice hustle by Gant, his second double, or his 6th double of the year. So right off the bat, the Braves have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Double number 6. That brings Sid Bream to the plate. .241, 2 home runs, 7 runs driven in. Left-handed hitting first baseman. 14, and that's going to be a ground ball to first. Kruk will underhand it to Schilling. Gant will make it to second base. So Bream does a good job of advancing the runner. That's a ground ball to first, 3-1. So Gant at third. He is a fast base runner. And that brings Berryhill to the plate. So this early in the game, the Phillies are going to play back. Berryhill's hitting just a measly 176. No home runs, no runs driven in. Like to get his first one here. That's going to be an error check as the KD doesn't hit the mark. 26, that's a 1 base error possibility on the shortstop. Duncan at short's a 10, but he makes the play. So a 15, let's see. So you got to go off of the defense chart there to see how the runners advance. So runner on second, hit to short. Runner on second. Oh, runner on third, I mean. Let's get our facts straight here. So he will advance. So Gant will score on that one. Ground ball to short. Gant scores to tie it up. first RBI of the season for Berryhill. He's thinking it's about time. So 6-3. Out number 2, and we are tied at 1. So 2 out, nobody on for Mark Lemke, hitting .268, 4 home runs, 11 runs driven in. 45, and that's going to be a fly ball out to medium center field, and Dykstra will get that one with no difficulties to end the inning. We've played 2 innings here in beautiful Atlanta. We have a 79-degree night with clear skies, wind blowing lightly out to center at 7. That may have been instrumental in Dykstra's home run back in the first. Go to the top of the third, tied at 1. Kurt Schilling will lead things off here against Maddux in the top of the third. Schilling hitting .188. And that's going to be a ground ball down to third. Pendleton plays it on 3 hops and throws him out for out number 1. Lenny Dykstra, he hit a home run in his first at bat. Again, number 9 of the season for him. And that's going to be a grounder to short. Blauser will charge it and take it on the short hop and throws him away with a step to spare for out number 2. Quickly 2 away in the third for Mickey Morandini, who was robbed of a hit by Nixon. In center field, 2 out, nobody on. And that one's going to paint the corner once again. So Maddux with that great fastball, wonderful control, paints the corner, and he is run up for out number 3. Strikeout number 4 of the night for Mr. Maddux. Home half of the third coming up. 9-1-2 for the Braves. 1-1 tie. Maddux is hitting .105. And that one will be a strikeout as Schilling blows that one by him. Schilling, of course, with a pretty good fastball. 1 away. Otis Nixon grounded out to Morandini in his first at bat. And that's going to be a walk. So walk number 18 of the season for Nixon. He has average base running ability. That brings Blauser to the plate. Blauser not a good hit and runner. 1 out. Again, Nixon at first with average base running ability. And that's going to be trouble as that one's hit over Duncan's head into left center field. Dykstra's going to cut it off. Let's see, 6. Actually, that's hit to right field. My bad. Advances if an F or A runner. And Nixon is an A runner. So he will make it to third as Chamberlain throws it back in, keeps Blauser at second. I thought he was going to have a double there, but he just missed it. He needed a 3-5 for a double. So the Braves have him on the corners. We'll say that I don't know the exact numbers, but it seems like Maddux is getting a good run support from his Brave teammates. I know at this point in real life, after this game, he was 3-3, so he's 5-1 now. So, all right, again, bottom of the third. I think the Phillies will play back for the double play. Pendleton grounded out to second, his first at bat, so the Phillies would like to see that again here. Blauser at first has fast base running ability. 41, and that's going to be a walk. So the bases are now loaded as the Phillies bullpen gets to stirring. That's the third hit of the night for Schilling. Again, he comes in with his C stuff as well. The bases loaded. Justice at the plate. This could get ugly fast. Phillies are going to again sit back and try to get the double play if at all possible. Justice has hit into a few in his lifetime. And that ain't it. That one is hit high and deep to left center field, and it is out of here. Home run number 12 for David Justice, a grand salami. And the Braves have blown it open. That'll probably be it for Schilling. That's the 6th home run Schilling has given up this year. Home run number... I didn't do it where it needed to go. Let's see. So we got a home run. I will say center. There we go. Home run number 12 for Justice. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll do it for Schilling. So Jim Fregosi has called on David West to pitch. The left-handed pitcher. Unfortunately, he rolled his C stuff, which seems to be a trend for today. Let me see if I can get that over there just a little bit more. There we go. Sorry about that, blocking the cards just a little bit. Okay, so base is empty, one away, and Ron Gant will step up next. West a lefty, but he's got some switch hitters and Breen coming up next, so if he can get by Gant here. Again, we're just in the third. .31, so that will be a re-roll on the range. 64, that's a single to left, checking the shortstop. Duncan is 1, so Gann will slap that to left field for a single. So Duncan, not normally a shortstop. He gets a base hit here to welcome West to the game. Ron Gant with fast base running ability. Sid Bream. Grounded out to first, his last at bat. 32, and that's going to be wow. So West has the NH -9 on his single on a hit, interestingly enough. So 31, so that wouldn't apply to that one. Oh, wait a minute. He's got an automatic out on 31. So never mind. Yeah, I don't do a range check if it's an automatic out. So I need to be paying attention. So that Gant didn't get a hit. So let's undo that. You have to pay attention to these little outliers here. So I don't remember what out die he rolled. So we'll go with that one there. So 3, that'll be a ground ball to third for out number 2. All right, 2 away. Yeah, so if there's a 31 out, I just obviously keep the out there. So, all right, now Sid Bream, so we'll re-roll for him. We'll get it together here. And that one's hit high and deep to, wait a minute. Can't ground it out to third. And Sid Bream takes one the opposite way, and it's gone. Third home run of the year for Bream. So that one So the home run is separate. So the hits are just the singles. Let's see. So the NH rating is used with the last reference to a hit on the batter's card. For example, if the batter line on 22 is a single, and the dice line is 11. Okay, so that just affects singles, not home runs. Because if he had the home run is affected here, so he did give up some taters. So Bream hits it out of here. Home run number 3. It is now 6-1 Milwaukee. That brings Damon Berryhill to the plate. .44, and that's going to be a line drive to center field. Now again, so let's see here. So this is interesting. You don't see this NH very often. So as I understand it, so his single goes to 1-8, so he's going to lose 9. So that would make 44 a 1-19. He got a 10, so that stays a single. So again, another example of 50-50, much improved. So again, you get pitchers who are just really good at not giving up hits. It will even they play off each other's cards. So whereas pitchers can even take hits off of batter cards. So anyway, single to center for Berryhill. 2 out, and that brings Mark Lemke up. So he will be the 9th man to bat this inning for the Braves. 21, and that's going to be a fly ball to left field to end the inning. Can of corn for Milt Thompson, but not before the Braves do a lot of damage, as they have scored 5 to go up 6-1. So Maddux with a good chance to pick up his 6th win of the season. He'll start with John Kruk. Kruk fouled out to Bream in his first at bat. 35, and that's going to be a single to right field. Line drive past Lemke into right. That's the 3rd hit of the night for the Phillies. John Kruk has slow base running ability. Dave Hollins grounded out in his first at bat. 26, and that's being a switch hitter. That's an automatic single. So a 15 single is the center field. He advances to third if a W arm. Nixon does indeed have a W arm, so that'll put him on the corners, but nobody out. So as usual, if you see anything that I miss, feel free to point it out. Obviously, sometimes human error is part of the equation, as we talked with Tebow in my last chat with him. But still, I'd like to see it, in case I miss it. It does help you to remember the stuff the next time. So we got runners on first and third, nobody out. The Braves are going to obviously play back, being up by 5. Darren Dalton struck out his first effort. 61, and he strikes out again. Maddux gets a fastball by him. That's the 5th strikeout of the night for Maddux, 1 away. Chamberlain, he is singled and won a plate appearance. Again, the Braves back at double play depth. 61, and he strikes out another one. Another swing and a miss. Chamberlain goes down on strikes this time. And that brings Milt Thompson, who was a strikeout victim. So Maddux 1 out from getting out of a first and third, nobody out difficulty. 13, and he does it, as that's a ground ball to Lemke. And Lemke will go to Bream to end the inning. Good job by Maddux. Pitching good on his C stuff. As the Phillies leave 2, bottom of the 4th, 6-1 Braves. So Maddux will lead off here against West. West has an 8 batters faced, and he's pitched to 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's due up second. So hopefully Fregosi trying to get him through this inning. Maddux struck out his first at bat against Schilling, 62, and he strikes out again, this time looking. 1 away. Nixon has walked and scored in 2 at bats. 62, and he strikes out looking. So West putting the ball where he wants it. Has fanned the first 2 here in the 4th. 2 out, nobody on. Jeff Blauser has walked, stole a base, singled, and scored. Having a good evening. 2 out, nobody on. 53, and that's going to be a range check as the KD doesn't match up. So 14, and that's going to be a double to center if Dykstra can't get it. And I don't think he is with an 18. He's not, so that's hit out to center field. Dykstra not able to get to it. Blauser will slide into second with his 11th double of the season. So 2 out base hit for Blauser. Double number 11. That brings Pendleton to the plate. He's walked and scored. 2 out. Blauser at second with fast base running ability. And 11, and that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's his 8th. Fly out to center field in the inning. So the Braves get a 2-out double. Not able to get him home. 4 innings in the books. 6-1 Atlanta. 8, 9, and 1 scheduled for Philadelphia. Mariano Duncan's a strikeout victim. Maddux has struck out 6 tonight. 24 and 1 to 6. He gets 1 to 5. He gets plunked, but as it is, he pops it up on the infield. Lemke will wave everyone off. 1 away. It'll be a pinch hitter here for the Phillies. So Jim Fregosi calls on Jim Eisenreich to pinch hit. Left-handed hitter hitting .343. Couple runs driven in. Got 1 out, nobody on. They're going to do a range check. So a 12, that's a single to left field. Gant sports a 15, and so he will get to that one. Robs Eisenreich of a hit. Out number 2. That's the second one we have that was brought back. Two away, nobody on. We got a fly out to. There's a fly out to left. All right, Lenny Dykstra is homered and singled. 2 out, nobody on. 45, and that's going to be a ground ball to first. Breen will toss it to Maddux, and that'll do it for the Phillies here in the 5th. All right. Here, hang on a second here. All right, so Eisenreich flew out to center. Nope. Eisenreich flew out to left, as Gant was the one that was tested. And then Dykstra grounded out 3-1. Got it. All righty. Got 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Braves. Let's see who Fregosi is going to call on to take up the ball. So Fregosi has called on Mike Williams. Hoping he'll be able to eat some innings as they are down to 6-1 just in the 5th. Alrighty. We'll see if Mike Williams can eat some innings here. He'll start with David Justice, who hit a grand salami back in the third. .61, and he strikes him out swinging. So Williams off to a good start. Out number one here in the bottom of the fifth. Ron Gant, he's doubled and grounded out. 51, and that's not enough for the KD if he didn't have his C stuff, which everybody seems to have today. So 16, that's a catcher exotic error. Dalton's error is a 1, and so that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate. And Dalton will play it cleanly for out number 2. Sid Breen, he's grounded out and hit a home run himself, his third. 65, and he hits another one out to right field, and that's the second home run of the day for Breen. Number 5 of the season, 7-1 Braves. .336 feet to right field. 2 out, nobody on for Berryhill. 64, and that's going to be grounded to short. Duncan will play it to end the inning. But the Braves get another one on Sid Bream's second home run of the evening. We go to the 6th. 7-1 Braves. So obviously Maddux won't get the benefit of the shutout to improve his grades any. So as he gave up that leadoff home run to Lenny Dykstra, but since then has done very well with C stuff. 13, and that's a fly ball out to left field, hit relatively deep, but Gann will get to it, 1 away. John Kruk is singled and fouled out. That's going to be an error check. 13, that's a center fielder. Nixon's error is a 3, and he will make that play cleanly for out number 2. Dave Hollins rather. That was John Kruk there. He's 1 for 2. 23, and he will strike out swinging. Strikeout number 7 for Maddux. So Maddux is working his magic with his subpar stuff. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 7-1 Atlanta. All right, Mark Lemke, 0 for 2. 13, and that's a ground ball down to first. Kruk will take it himself, 1 away. We'll let Maddux hit, of course. He's struck out twice today. 66, and that's going to be a single to left field. Just out of Duncan's reach. Improves Maddux's average to 136. Maddux is a slow base running ability. Otis Nixon 0 for 2 with a walk. 64, and that's going to be a line out to center field. Dykstra takes it. Nixon hit it on the screws, but right at Dykstra for out number 2. Two out. Maddux on first for Blauser, who has single, doubled, and walked. Stole a base. 43, and he's going to walk again as Mike Williams is a bit wild. Runners on first and second. 2 out. For Terry Pendleton, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. 36, and that's going to be a single as he's a pinch hitter, but that's going to be an infield single to Duncan. So Duncan knocks it down, keeps Maddux from scoring. That will load the bases. Bases are loaded for David Justice, who already has one grand salami today. 36, and that's going to be grounded to Morandini at second base. He'll go to Kruk, and that will end the inning. So Justice not able to get his second grand slam of the day. The Braves leave the bases loaded. We go to the top of the seventh, 7-1 Atlanta. 5, 6, and 7 scheduled for the Phillies. Dalton struck out twice today. 61, and he has struck out swinging once again. So he in line for the golden sombrero as he has struck out swinging 3 times. Strikeout number 8 for Maddux. That may be his season high. I don't remember him getting any more than that in a particular game. Chamberlain 1 for 2. 11, and just missed a single. That's a ground ball to second base. Lemke gets Chamberlain just by a step. 4-3, out number 2. Mariano Duncan. Or Milt Thompson, I mean. 0 for 2. 43, and that's going to be a ground ball down to first base. Bream will have time to get to the bag himself. And for the 3rd inning in a row, the Phillies go in order. 7th inning stretch time here, obviously. Got 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Braves. Williams is good for 16. Pitched 10 so far, so trying to get another inning out of here. Fergosi can out of him if possible. Gantz 1 for 3 with a double. 43, and that's going to be another walk. Gant has fast base running ability. And Sid Bream, who's 2 for 3 with 2 home runs. 41, and he's going to draw a walk. Runners on first and second, nobody out for Berryhill. He is 1 for 3 with an RBI and a single. .13, and that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. Thompson will get that one, and the runners will return to their bases, 1 away. Would have been a double play had Berryhill hit it on the ground. Mark Lemke's 0 for 3. 25, and that might be trouble. 16, so it's ground ball to short, and S or A arms a double play. Duncan, he again not normally a shortstop. So he's just a W, so they're just going to get the fielder's choice as Lemke hustles down the line, beats the throw, and so we got him on the corners and 2 out. And will make it to third. Lemke on first with slow speed. So Maddux has him on the corners and 2 outs. 14, so 2 more batters for Williams for his fatigue is an issue. And 11, and Maddux strikes out swinging. So Williams gets the job done. We go to the top of the 8th. 7-1 Atlanta. Mariano Duncan will lead off as he is 0 for 2 so far. Maddux he's not even to 27 batters yet, so plenty of reserves in the tank. So that's going to be a single past Pendleton into the left field. Duncan with fast base running ability. Let's see who Rosie will bring on to pinch hit. Let's see. So it looks like all their lefties are either in the game or have hit already. So they're going to bring Ricky Jordan, their main pinch hitter, come in to pinch hit. Right-hander, Ricky Jordan. Ricky Jordan's hitting .227, a home run, 2 runs driven in. He has a fast base running ability. We got runner on first and no out. Obviously, they're just no need to sacrifice or anything as they're down by 6. 42, and that's going to be a walk. Again, Maddux on his C stuff. So both runners on base are fast. 27 batters for Greg Maddux. That brings Lenny Dykstra. He's homered in 3 plate appearances. 32, and that's going to be popped up right around home plate. Barry Hill will say he has it, and he will squeeze it for out number 1. Pop out 2, 1 away. Morandini's 0 for 3. .65, so that's -7. So that, and Maddux has a 6, so that's an impossibility. That's hit out to left field. Gant will grab it. Runners will return to their base, 2 away. So pretty good pitch to hit there for Maddux, but Morandini gets under it a bit and hits it out to Gant. So we got 2 out. John Kruk is 1 for 3. Runners on first and second. 24, and that's going to be a ground ball hit to Blauser. And he is going to go the short way to Lemke. And that'll do it. So the Phillies get the first 2 runners on, but not able to do anything with it. Fielder's choice. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 7-1, Atlanta Braves. Phillies need a new pitcher. So the Phillies will bring on Bob Arol, who is horrible. He only pitched 10 innings this year with a .958 ERA. So again, down by 7 or by 6, not wanting to waste their good pitcher. So they'll start off with Otis Nixon. Nixon is 0 for 3. 44, and that's going to be a single to right field. Ground ball past Morandini. That one had eyes as it just got by Kruk and Morandini into right field. First base hit. So it looks like Bobby Cox is going to give Nixon the sign to steal. Again, Dalton has a 0. He needs a 16. And he steals it. I think that's his 21st stolen base. So the Braves pour on the pressure. Yep, stolen base number 21. He's only been caught once. Again, most of those stats are coming from Action PC. So Jeff Blauser with runner on second base, nobody out. 51, and that's going to be an error check. That's not good. 22. That's a one-base error on the shortstop. Duncan has a 10, and that's a one-base error. So Nixon will make it to third. Error on the shortstop. Runners on first and third, nobody out. E6. Duncan with an error, so got him on the corners. Phillies are going to play back for the double play, trying to, again, just get outs at this point. Pendleton is 1 for 3. 26, and that's a single. 5, that's a single to center field. Advances to third if he's a fast runner, and Blauser is. So Blauser will hustle to third, and they're still on the corners. Single to center. RBI for Pendleton. That would be his 13th of the season. David Justice, 1 for 4 with the grand slam. 64, and that's going to be a shallow fly ball to center field. Let's see. Runner on third can score if the center fielder has a W or A arm, and Dykstra does. So that's deep enough as Blauser hustles home. Here's the throw, and he's in safe. So sacrifice fly to center field. So Blauser scores. Sacrifice fly to center for Justice. First out of the inning. His 5th RBI of the night. 38th for the year, which is leading the club. Runner on first, 1 out for Ron Gant. He's 1 for 3 with a double. 31, and again, that's going to be a range check. 33. So that's an infield single to first. Kruk's range is a 10, and he gets it. So that's an even number, so he's going to get the fielder's choice. So he's going to fire it to Duncan, and that's all they're going to get. So fielder's choice, 3 to 6. Pendleton out at second. Out number 2. Fielder's choice. So that's the first hit taken away by the Braves. That's the 3rd one of the game. Normally don't have that many. So for what it's worth, and again, this is not really apples here, but there was 13 hits in real life in this game, and at this point we have 16. So we would have had 19 had I not done the range check. So again, I find that's doing a good job of getting things a little better where I want them. So anyway, Bream 2 for 3 with 2 home runs, 2 out. Gannett first. 56, and he is going to strike out looking. So Braves get a couple. And that's out number 3. So we go to the top of the 9th, 9-1 Atlanta. So let's see. Let's look at Maddux here. So he had 8 complete games in real life, and he has got 2 so far. So a little higher than normal. He's been pitching pretty well. He's got an 8-run lead, so I don't think they would take him out. So again, I want to kind of manage here how I think they would, and again, that's obviously subjective. But we'll see. We'll keep him on a short lease. So he's got 27, 28, 29, 30. So he's got 3 more batters before he hits his threshold. All right, so Dave Hollins, 1 for 3. 26, and that's going to be a single to right field. Ground ball, or a line drive, rather, past Bream and into center. Justice will fire it back in. Leadoff hit here for the Phillies in the 9th. Darren Dalton is 0 for 3. He has struck out 3 times. See if he can get the golden sombrero here. 42, 1-8, and that's not going to be. That's a ground ball to short. Fielder's choice, unless an S arm, and Blauser's just a W. So you'll get 1 at second, and that'll be it. 6-4, 1 out. Dalton has average base running ability. That brings Wes Chamberlain up. He is 1 for 3. 34, and that's going to be a 3 single to right field. Advances if the white dies a 2. It's not. So Dalton's going to hold it second. Right field. That brings up Milt Thompson. Now he has hit his threshold anymore, and he will have to leave because he'll go down to a D. Let's see. I think they're going to go to the bullpen here. So let's see. We got Milt Thompson. Let's see who's pitched lately. One thing Action PC manual entry does, it shows you the last 4 days, how many pitches, how many batters faced they've had, which is really cool. Let's see. Pete Smith, he's got to start coming up on the 18th. Stanton hasn't pitched much at all, and he was actually their main save guy at 27, but he was pretty horrible. I know he almost blew one of Maddux's starts. I believe it was, let's see, which game was it? It was in Pittsburgh. He had a 3-1 lead when he came in to relieve Maddux and gave up 2 runs, so it was close. But he pitched 13 batters yesterday. So Bedrosian hasn't pitched in 4 days. We'll go with him. Steve Bedrosian will relieve Maddux. Runners on first and second. One out. That's it for Maddux. Again, got a pretty good line score if these 2 runs don't score. Steve Bedrosian. So he is 2-1 with a save, 3 ERA. What kind of stuff he has? Everybody seems to be getting C's, and a C it is. A-Rock got a B, so he was the only guy. He needed everything he had because he had a rough year. Anyway, Milt Thompson is up. Runners on first and second. 1 away. See if Bedrosian here can keep those 2 guys and protect Maddux's ERA a little. 54-17, and that's thrown in the dirt. And that's going to be a wild pitch on Bedrosian. So they advance. Everybody advances a base. Now they're on second and third and 1 out. Wild pitch. Second and third. So obviously the Braves are going to play back, trying to get some outs here. Dalton at third, Chamberlain at second. 34, and Bedrosian don't give up many hits, as you can see there. So that's a fly out to center field. The runner on third can score if the center fielder has a W or A arm, which Nixon has a W. So that's a sacrifice fly. Center field. That's more importantly the second out for the Braves. So sacrifice fly to center, out number 2. RBI number 10 of the year for Milt Thompson. So runner on second, 2 out for Mariano Duncan. .54, and he throws it in the dirt again. So Trojan having a hard time finding Barry Hill's glove. Let's see, options. Yes. It goes to third. Second wild pitch of the evening for Bedrosian. Runner on third for Mariano Duncan. 2 out. 23, and he strikes out swinging. So that will do it for the Phillies. They get a run. All righty. So the final numbers, Atlanta Braves go to 24-14, 9 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Philadelphia goes to 17-17. I think Pittsburgh is leading the division. 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Schilling takes the loss as he only went 2 1/3. Maddux wins to go 6-1 to prove his ERA to 2.38. Bedrosian pitched got a couple outs. Let's see, the star of the game, see who they went with. They went with Maddux. Justice with his grand salami would have been another candidate. So let's take a quick look at Maddux's numbers through 9 starts. So the Braves now have a 2-run lead on Houston. San Francisco, you remember, won 103 games this year to come in second, and they are in last place at 16-20. So let's see, Maddux. Let's see what he's got here. Maddux. I know you're here, Mr. Maddux. There you are. I got to look in the pictures. All right, so after 9 starts, he's got a 2.38 ERA as opposed to 2.36 in real life. Can't get much closer than that. Let's see. His hits per 9, real life 7.7, replay 8.1. Home runs per 9, 0.5 in real life, 0.4 in the replay. Walks, he's got an extra walk per inning, 1.8 in real life, 2.8 in the replay. His walks are a little low, 6.6 in real life, 6.0. A whip of 1.0 in real life, a whip of 1.2. Batters are hitting 232 in real life and 242. So again, you can attribute most of that to the fact that he has not had an A game yet. And out of 9 starts, he has had 5 C's. So he's had 4 B's and 5 C's. So a little surprised he's doing that well, getting that many C's. So again, so far, mainly a lot of fun. But Maddux seems to be pitching like Maddux. So anyway, I appreciate it very much. Again, this is my 2026 opening day challenge where I'm going to try to get Maddux's replay 36 games done by opening day of 2026, which I think is like a month from now. And so I've got 9 from 36. That's 20 or 17 something. It's early. My math is bad. So whatever 9 out of 36 is, that's what I have left. So anyway, I appreciate it very much, and I'll see you next time.